1037.
The following program comes to you in color.
Well, it's not quite after dark, since sunset does extend a little further into the afternoon, but welcome to Runway DFW Almost After Dark. Walt here with you from Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport, specifically Founders Plaza. And I see that we're already sinking into some problems with our signal, so stand by with us. I think that usually gets resolved. But anyway, we've got lots of stuff to show you tonight. We have some special guests in the studio audience coming up later, so let's have some fun on Runway DFW After Dark on this Wednesday, May 15th, 2024. Good evening. Well, we're on just a couple minutes late, and where is my phone? You know, my phone is what I use to tell you about all the planes that are happening, and my phone got left in the car, so I'm gonna do a temporary thing here so that I can call the planes for you until I can run back to get the telephonic device. All right, there's an A321neo, American Flight 1634 there, poised for takeoff. It's flight 1634 to, where did I say? San Diego. So let me follow along with that. There we go. Let me unlock everything here. It's windy tonight. 84 degrees, you can see as far as the Fahrenheit temperature. There you see in the background, the big British Airways Speedbird headed back to London in a little bit. So there's our first dispatch of the evening. Off to the left coast. And there you see one of two MD-11s over there at the UPS depot. Let's say hello to everyone. Zachary Zudlow says, "Hey Walt, any big planes tonight?" Yeah, we should see some. Well, we'll see the A380 taking off in relatively short order. I don't know when it came in this afternoon. But short of something that precludes it from taking off, we'll see it taking off during our broadcast tonight. Kai, who is a channel member and a moderator, says, "Hi, Walt and everyone else. Good evening. Looking forward to a great stream." Well, you can see the camera. That camera is locked down, but it's blowing around in the wind. I've got everything pretty much sandbagged here. 757 Chip, one of our Quad Jet channel members, says, "I'm not at Founder, so no special pests." Oh, come on, Chip. Always love when you make an appearance here. Special guests, says Josh Aldrich, a channel member and moderator. Yes. I don't want to pre-announce them just in case for some reason they can't make it here. And Chip says, "Howdy, Walt. Happy to see that you're back at Founders Plaza." Yes, but we're here for one show, and then we're going to hit the road again because, and I should promote this now. We'll promote it during the week, but Stripes are coming to San Antonio on Friday evening. We've got a show set for 6 o'clock at San Antonio International Airport here in Texas, as we welcome Lonnie Johnson, who is celebrating 3 months of membership. We'll get to that in a second. But yes, we're going to be in San Antonio this Friday night and also for a show Saturday, especially to see the debut of the Bestriped, I hope it's one of their striped planes, Condor jets coming in from Frankfurt. So that's coming up on Friday night here on Runway DFW. O'Malley, channel member and moderator, says, "Good evening, Walt and everyone. Looks like the winds will be waning a little over the next couple of hours." Well, thank you for that weather report, O'Malley. We like to hear that. And what do we do here? Oh, we had an anniversary here. Well, first of all, Steve Lundaby, channel member, says, "Got done working early tonight so I can watch Walt and Runway DFW After Dark," where it's still before dark. Aviation Geek says, "Hello, Walt and everyone." DFW Railfan Productions, a channel member, says, "Hi, Walt. Long time no see. How have you been? School is almost out for me." Well, that is an exciting prospect. Doing well here. And Lonnie Johansson celebrating 3 months of membership. Good evening from Northeast Kansas. And we're going to pull away real quick here for this. Arriving from Madrid. Well, the last few times we've been here, it's been coming in here on the west side. This plane has. For the longest time, it seems like it always came in on the east side of the airport, out of our view somewhat. That was flight 1649, an Airbus A330-300, an 11-year-old plane, ending what was a 4,315 nautical mile journey of 10 hours and 18 minutes. Okay, so I'm going to run and get my phone from the car, so hang on for a second. Let me pop on a little bit of a musical interlude, which I think should take me less than a minute, I hope. right, and we're back. Okay, got everything all squared away here as far as plane spotting aids go. Let's look to the skies and see American Flight 1813. It'll be an Airbus A319 from Wichita, Kansas. That's not it. Gonna point our camera to the northern skies here. We've got South Flow in motion. South Flow means we've got some people kindly offering to pause, thinking they might be in our shot. But I said, nay, you may go right ahead. Well, where is this A319 of which I speak? It wasn't as close as I thought it was. We will have momentarily a heavy jet going out to Los Angeles, American Flight 1641, which will be a 7878 Dreamliner. Yeah, we're still, well, there it is. There's this plane. So here's the LAX-bound Dreamliner, poised for takeoff. Did I miss a super chat? I did, but there it is. Ronnie Johansson with a $2 super chat. Thank you, Ronnie. Jolt Jack 747 says, hey, Walt, can you show my drawings? And school is out next week. Well, Jolt Jack, I did show your drawings on our previous broadcast. And so I don't have them squared away for this one. But if you look at our last broadcast, you'll see that I did show your airport, your virtual airport setup, and at least one or two of your drawings. And thank you for those. And once again, this is the plane that's headed out to LAX. We don't get too many domestic wide-body planes going out from Dallas-Fort Worth. At least not to the continental 48 states. But we do have a handful. So I got Lonnie Johansson with 3 months of membership of Runway DFW. Good evening from Northeast Kansas, Walton Mods. Did I get that one? And I want to make sure I got Ronnie Johansson. I want to make sure I get all the Johanssons here. And we also would like to say thanks to Robin M. for 6 months of membership. Good evening, Walt and friends, says Robin. Thank you for being a valuable member of this channel. Flight 2073 arriving from San Diego, an Airbus A321. On this windy Wednesday on Runway DFW. Cargo activity abounds next door to us here at the UPS facility. Heath Shelton says San Antonio a lot closer to Dallas than I thought. I was thinking it was at least a 6-hour drive, assuming speed limits are observed. Well, I do observe the speed limit. It might be a little longer for me. I am driving, by the way. I'm not flying. But because I have an electric car, I'm going to have to stop on the way in order that I might recharge. Probably in either Waco or Austin or thereabouts. Here comes an E-Jet. Flight 3873 from San Angelo, Texas, American Eagle. And there is a plane coming up right behind it. From Phoenix, American Flight 2769, an Airbus A321. I think that E-Jet should clear the runway before this plane comes into view. Should be seeing it here. So a couple of operations in pretty quick succession there. That Iberia plane is still looking for a parking spot over at Terminal D, apparently. Josh Aldrich says San Antonio, 6 hours and 36 minutes from my house in Oklahoma City. If I go down the Fort Worth side on Interstate 35W. Robbie Batista, channel member, says hello, everybody. And not to exclude me, says hello, Walt. Thank you. Bry Guy says I did fly on a 787 from Chicago O'Hare to DFW. Got American Flight 679 from Phoenix about to arrive. It's an Airbus A321. That plane leaving was off to Spokane, Washington. I need to balance my tripod a bit here, I think. Let's see. If it goes that way, then we want to slide it this way a bit. That's a little better. Rohan says, greetings everyone, and thank you, Walt, for this amazing show from our legendary spot at Founders. I was kind of lucky today because I got here about 15 minutes later than I had hoped to, which gave me only 45 minutes to set up. And usually I like to give myself an hour. I think it was about a minute or two late to push the button to start things tonight. Got some mowing to do here, don't we? I know I do back at home as well. That was flight 1945 arriving from Reno, Nevada. You're looking at flight 1053, 737-800 off to San Jose, California. Flight 1053. And as this gets ready to take off, we've got flight 2387 coming in from the city adjacent to the bay, San Francisco. And that'll be an Airbus A321. So we should see that coming in as this rolls, if it does begin to roll here. Gatorback says Texas Prairie really flexing its stuff this time of year. Yeah, it seems like about 4 out of 5 times I've been out here in the last couple of months, the winds have been over 10 or 15 miles an hour, if not more. So here goes the flight to San Jose. Brings to mind a Burt Bacharach song, does it not? And here comes a flight from San Francisco, about to take over the foreground. It's a long rollout for the San Jose flight. Airport says the winds are coming out of the southeast at 16 miles an hour at the moment. I'd like to thank Brian Henry, a channel member now for 11 months. Hey Walt, says Brian. 11 months, wow. I echo that sentiment. Thank you so much, Brian. Means a lot. Michael Benvenuto says, hi, Walt, or hi and good evening, Walt, and all aviation viewers. Happy to join the viewers after a long day at work. Yes, this is it's a nice way to just chill, I hope, for all of you. We're looking next for a United Express plane, flight 6049. CRJ 900, arriving from Denver, Colorado. It is flying with the Mesa Airlines colors. As Mesa is operating this flight. I think I just saw a flock of birds there. Our pal Kevin from Wellington Flights Live says, howdy folks, hope everyone is well. Hello to you, Kevin. Always a pleasure to see you. Who knows what the heck time it is where you are. Let me check. I have that capability. So in Wellington, it's 1 p.m. on Thursday afternoon. So perhaps a little break from work for our friend Kevin. Check out his channel, Wellington Flights Live. You will not be sorry. And another anniversary here, this one from Joey Chan, celebrating a year of membership. We've got so many people celebrating a year of membership. Thank you, Joey. That's a long time. And that's what you were supposed to be looking at. I didn't have the right camera punched up. Is that Iberia bird still down there? It is. Still hasn't found its place. The plane that just landed was Flight 2169 from Salt Lake City, an Airbus A321. Here is our outpost at Founders Plaza. 757 Chip, also celebrating 12 months of membership. Chip says, Walt, thanks for bringing the action from DFW to this old plane spotter. It's hard to believe I've already been annoying the mods for a year. Chip, I don't think you cause any annoyance to our Moderation Federation. You're looking at Flight 564, American Airlines. It's a 737-800. It's turning around on runway 18 left in order to begin its journey to Reno, Nevada. And just coming over the ridge now, figuratively speaking, is American Eagle Flight 3470 from Houston Hobby Airport in Embraer 175. Yeah, this is the flight to Reno here. About to lift off for the left coast. British Airways A380 still parked in its berth. It should be going out this hour. I'll try to show you the sky here. We have one of our special guests here now. You see him there in the background. That is James Webb. Yes, the James Webb. And there's the sky. Pretty overcast right now here at DFW Airport. Coming in from San Jose, California is flight 2834, 737-800. As you see the lights beginning to flicker on. You see the wildflowers fluttering in the foreground. We've got American Flight 2707. It's going out to Austin, Texas. 737-800. So as you know, James Webb is our channel sponsor, and he's here from the West Coast on a business trip, and he has graciously come out to see what's going on here at his channel. So I haven't, he just popped in, and I knew he was coming, but I haven't really had a chance to talk to him yet. He's shy, he doesn't want to talk on the air. But that is him there in the studio audience. Heath Shelton says, James Webb, you say? To quote Wayne and Garth, whoa, we're not worthy, we're not worthy. Yeah, I know what you mean. Texas girl, who's been a regular here in recent weeks, says, I wish I was there to meet him. Well, we're sorry you're not here too, Texas girl, but I hope to see you again soon. I have to be wary of my laptop screen becoming a sail at this point, because it is a little blustery. That was American 329 and Airbus A321 off to Boise, Idaho. And Carla Longerbeam says, the infamous and famous James Webb. Wow, I don't know about infamous. Mike Cruz says, James Webb, the former NASA administrator with a space telescope named after him? No, different James Webb. And Pittsburgh Don 77 says, maybe one day I'll fly down for a meet and greet with my runaway DFW t-shirt. Well, we showed that on our last broadcast, Don. Here goes American Flight 1563. It's a minibus. Airbus A319 headed to Monterrey in Mexico. On runway DFW, a little bit after 8 p.m. here in the Central Time Zone. My watch has been giving me problems recently. It used to tell me when the sunrise and sunset was, and the last few weeks it just doesn't want to display that information anymore. I don't know why. But I think if it's not sundown yet, it will be very shortly. But the sunset is occluded by clouds today. Saints for Life says, when will the World International Flight start to pick up? Well, usually later in the evening, we get outgoing flight to Sydney. We get, what else? We get several other flights. I don't know what Wednesday holds for us today. I see our friend Was Radio in the chat. And I'm looking for a... Hang on. There it is. Waz Radio says, hello, Walt from Sydney. Hi, mods, friends. Haha, I already have Do You Know the Way to San Jose programmed for Saturday night. I'd better Runway DFW dedication. Yeah, you know, one of the things about YouTube, I wish that we had the freedom to play music which you might recognize. We just can't do it because of copyright restrictions, and they'll just take us right off the air. So we make do with our kind of make-believe playtime music when we need it. There you see United Flight 1341. It's off to Denver. It's an Airbus A320. $19.95. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a 28-year-old plane. He'll turn 29 this December. Still looking pretty good. Relatively new paint job there. One of the Qatar A350-1000s there in the background, parked in the holding area for its takeoff later tonight back to Doha. We have another United jet coming over the bridge, this one with older livery, United Flight 2005 going to San Francisco. It's a 19-year-old 737-800. And what do we have? I mean, we have a MAX 8 coming in. We don't see too many of those bearing the American Airlines brand. At least not here at DFW, at least not recently. This is Flight 2229 coming in right there from Des Moines, Iowa. There you see the distinctive engine nacelle, which delineates a MAX aircraft. Josh Aldrich typed this in a few minutes ago. It said Frontier Special Livery taking off in the background. I saw that over on the east side go by. I think that was their green livery, if I remember right. Josh Aldrich says, when I go to San Antonio, I always enjoy visiting the Alamo. I highly recommend the basement. And he notes that it's a Pee Wee Herman joke. Yeah, I don't think I'll get to the... I've been to the Alamo a couple times or three, but I don't think I'll get to it on this next journey. So yeah, there's the old United livery with the golden continental globe on the tail. Donnie White says, hello, Walt. Just got a new debit card. I plan on gifting some memberships for the kindness that's been gifted to me. Thank you to those who have gifted to me. You know who you are. That's very kind, Mr. White. Don't overextend yourself, but I know that our viewers will appreciate that. Hey, we've got a heavy coming in. This is American Flight 1540 from Los Angeles, a 787-800. So let us whip our camera around. And get a shot of the Dreamliner coming in. Steve Lundaby, as you see there on your screen, has gifted 10 Tri-Jet memberships to Runway DFW. That is a valuable gift. And you'll see the parade of new viewers, and thank you so much for that, Steve. So that Dreamliner from LAX, 2-hour and 22-minute flight. So just a 1-year-old. In fact, that plane is celebrating 1 year today, or this month, I should say. And that brings us to our birthdays. We should salute everybody who's got a birthday. So there you go. That plane has a birthday. My son Colin in Seoul, Korea has a birthday tomorrow. Well, actually, it's his birthday today where he is because time zones. So happy birthday, Colin. Happy birthday to everybody who's got a birthday this week, this month, here on Runway DFW. Happy birthday, all. As we continue to see some new members. There's a 787-9 headed back from the terminal area to pay a visit to the hangars. Pittsburgh Don has gifted a Tri-Jet membership. Thank you, Pittsburgh Don, who is a member and a mod. Luke Jensen, who is a channel member, says, good evening, Walt et al. From Farmers Branch, a nearby suburb of Dallas. Here comes American Flight 9 from Albuquerque. (737-800). I read this week that production is underway on a new Albuquerque-based TV series from the creator of Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. There you see the British Airways Speedbird A380. It is out of its berth and headed our way for takeoff back to London. (757) Chip has gifted 5 Runway DFW memberships. My goodness. YouTube's not going to know what to do. As we look at this plane, we're going to flip our camera around in just a moment to watch American Airlines Flight 81 coming in from London Heathrow. And that's going to be a 777-300ER. And that's a plane that more often than not comes in over on the east side, so we're lucky enough to see it up close and personal tonight here on Runway DFW. On the west side of DFW Airport. Saints for Life says, King of the Sky? Well, it's been called that, yes. Talk about San Antonio. Bill Wood says the Alamo is only about 4 blocks from the hotel bar where Herb Kelleher and 2 friends sketched out an idea for a new airline on a bar napkin, and the rest is history. That airline, of course, is Southwest, which, may be coming here with it before too long. Down in that general direction behind where the British Airways plane is where Terminal F is going to be built. And that will give a bunch of new gates to the airport, and that may be the entree for Southwest Airlines to fire up here. All right, almost time to turn around to give a look-see to the 777. Now on the way. Do my eyes deceive me? Sarah Deal, the real deal is here. It's a star-studded event today. It's a big plane. My lens doesn't go wide enough to get it all as it passes by. So that is one of, I believe, 5 American Airlines daily flights between here and London. That plane getting here after 9 hours and 33 minutes of transatlantic flight. And that's a 10-year-old example of the 777 now. Wow, look at that Iberia plane. It's still waiting for a gate. According to flight radar, it got close to the gate and then it had to turn around and mark time down near where Terminal F is one day going to be. So it looks like it's headed back to the gate now, or at least it's circling around. Poor passengers. That plane is now 10 hours from its departure in Madrid. Python says, I wish American had more than 20 777-300ERs because those are beautiful. And Pittsburgh Don says, it's a big freaking plane. Emery Urtis, channel member with a $2 super chat. Thank you, Emery, says, or asks, how long would a flight from San Antonio to DFW be? I'm going to say like 40, 45 minutes, something like that. For the flight itself. 757 with an editorial comment. As an ex-Boeing engineer, I refuse to call the A380 the king. Instead, I call it an air bloat. Here we go. Air bloat. Well, I respect your opinion. And Chip, I am not, although I appreciate seeing this plane here. It always brings a bit of excitement. Anything with 4 engines, 4 is greater than 2. But yeah, I'd much rather see a 747 or a 777 or a 757 even. I love the 757. Now, speaking of 747s, we're about to see a Cargo Lux 747 off to Houston Intercontinental Airport. 747-400. And it's just lighting up now in the cargo area here on the west side, so we'll see it come out in just a wee bit. Bill Wood says the flight to San Antonio is about a 50-minute flight if traffic isn't too bad. But if that's all there was, that would be one thing. But then you got to consider going to the airport and parking and finding a space and all those affiliated things which are involved in getting a flight. Rare Plane Finder says, Walt, I am on the A380. So we have a viewer on board, at least one viewer on board that aircraft. That's exciting. I've never been on a 380. I've never been on a 747. I've got to get on one or both of those types before you can't go on them anymore. Alex Martinez says, why don't American-based airlines have the double-decker aircraft? I don't know the exact reasons. I mean, primarily, I think it just didn't fit into their operational plans. But yeah, no American-based airlines bought into the A380. That aircraft came in from Mexico City, flight 2351, a 737-800. Let's catch up with the A380 here. There it is. Landis McGowie channel member says, Walt also liked the flying pencil and prefer the 747 over the 382. Yes. Oh, I love me some flying pencil. Now, let's see. This plane came up, it come up a little further than it usually has been coming up when I've been here. But it does appear to be making the turnaround here.
I think 190 up to 10,000, 18 left, let's take off on the 1578.
It is waiting now. It's in a waiting position for some other aircraft to take off. You're about to see American Flight 1578 going by on its way off to Minneapolis-St. Paul, 737-800. You'll see the size differential. This is flight 192, headed back to home base at London Heathrow. Yeah, I can't tell. There are 4 planes in line to take off on 18 left, in addition to the A380.
Right, 190, maintain 12000, 18 left, clear for takeoff, American 1687. We're going to need about 5 minutes, American 1430.
Rear plane finder, who's on that plane, says premium economy now 27, row 27, near the tail. I don't know if row 27 is on the top floor or the bottom floor. I don't know that much about the aircraft. Emery Gertzis has favored us with a $2 super chat, saying Delta and United used to operate the 747s before. Yes, as did American Airlines.
And we had a CBDOC at 41 after the hour. It's just an update, just in case you don't have that update for 1430.
We'll brighten things up here a little bit.
Well, we're doing what you tell us, so that's all we're doing.
Don says, biggest plane I've been on is an Airbus A319. And he suggests that our viewer on this plane shine a flashlight through the window, but you know, that all depends on whether you've got a window seat and it's on the right, the side that's facing us. Hey, I'd like to thank our friend Kevin for a $5 New Zealand super chat. I had a great trip to Sydney, and I'm going to go again next year and invite all of you lovely folks along. We're going in early March of 2025. Wow, you plan in advance. I'm kind of a last-minute guy there, Kevin, but thank you for that super chat. And be sure to check out Wellington Flights Live. Texas Dirt Fishing says, good evening all. That's a channel member. And Luke, the random spotter, one of our mods and channel members, says those were some awesome streams, Kevin. So glad I caught them. Adam Turner says it's a nice, cool evening in North Texas. Great night. It is. I mean, it says 82 on the screen there, but with the breeze, very pleasant. Michael Wilson doing a little bragging there. Biggest plane I've ever been on is the C5 Galaxy. Okay. Well, let's see. Is this about to take off, or is it coming our way? Looks like it might be. Well, I can't say yet. Yeah, it's making a left turn, so it's going to take off on 18 left from that position.
Airwing 2456 on the visual 18 right. We're slow for our final approach speed.
So our viewer is about to head off to London. This plane will arrive, or at least it's scheduled to arrive at Heathrow at 10:40 a.m. So hopefully you get a nice little nap in betwixt now and then, and you'll be all set for whatever comes next. Whether it's whether you're headed to London, or if you're got a connection to make in London. Happy traveling. And on our, as we pan over here, you'll see that 747 Cargo Lux 747-400, which is getting ready to take off for Houston. So we got a king and queen in the same shot here coming up. Off it goes. So now for your jumbo jet enjoyment. Once again, this is going to Houston Intercontinental Airport. 747-400, flight number 6714. Oh. 1999. It's a 20th century plane.
Alpha, short of 18 left, short wing, 24. Flight of weight 18 left on board 3719.
We can accept Yankee intersection, cargo looks 7 equally. At Yankee crossing runway 18 on the right, hold short runway 17, cargo looks 7 equally.
Right turn 190, maintain 10,000, 18 left, clear to take 3719.
Pipe away 18 left, United South 5. Use side. Taxi Alpha, shore 18 left, American 1170.
Oh, departure, American 14, sir.
Where'd our cargo lux go? There it is. I was over talking to James Webb for a second. As most of you know, he is our channel sponsor, and he will not be with us for the duration of our broadcast tonight because he's got things to do. He's here on a business trip, but it was so nice of him to stop by and say hello. Well, see, before this one goes out, I think we've got a United plane going out to San Francisco with the older livery. Darren with a 10-pound Super Chat, who boasts I'll be taking the A380 back home on Saturday. It'll be the first time I fly the A380. Well, hope you can join us on a future broadcast and give us a trip report. As I said before, my son lives and works in Seoul, Korea, and there are ways to get to Seoul, not from here directly, but by hopping over to the west coast and then grabbing what some people call the King of the Skies, Chip. Leslie Morgan with a thank you to our friend James Webb. He's been sitting over there. He's got papers out. He's got stuff to do. Uncle Plane Guy up there in Indiana says the Indy 500 is next weekend. Well, that's always exciting. When I lived in Indianapolis, which was many moons ago, you couldn't watch the Indianapolis 500 on TV, at least not live. Now, this was before cable, before ESPN and all that stuff. But the Indy 500 was blacked out in Indianapolis. So if you wanted to see it, I believe it was on, you could watch it on a replay the network program was replayed. I don't know if it was the same day or maybe it was the next day. I can't remember. But what I don't know is whether that's still the same applies now. Wellington Flights Live says, James Webb, you might consider coming to Sydney in March of 2025. Lots of different streamers and cool planes in Australia. Well, maybe I'll come there, Mr. Kevin. Heath Shelton, channel member, says, Walt, if you fly to Seoul to see your son, what would your preference be? Korean Air, Asiana, Air Premia, or other? Well, you know, I have Advantage miles, which I could use as we watch the 747 go off. Kind of lost track of that, didn't I? But that's not my preference. My preference would be to go on a 747 or an A380. So that would entail, I think, taking a hop over to LAX and grabbing either Asiana or Korean Air. At least before those airlines merge, and who knows what happens after that. So there's the Cargo Lux on its way to Houston. Just a short little trip. Pip Hastings Aviation, who's, I believe, in San Francisco, or at least was earlier today, with some fine broadcasts from his channel, says locals can watch live the India 500. So thank you for that, Pip. Donnie White says, took my first trip to the Fort Worth Stockyards this past Saturday. That was exciting. Yeah, do they do that? They still do that cattle drive through the streets? They used to do that. I don't know if they do that anymore. I see what looks like a UPS plane lighting up the radar. Flight 755 to Chicago Rockford International Airport in Airbus A300. So we'll be seeing that popping out shortly. Meanwhile, we've got a Honda jet. Hey, little Honda. Let's see if we can pick that out. It's probably going to be going very fast. This is coming in from Hammond. Hammond, I think that's in Indiana. From airport code QSH. There you go. We don't see too many biz jets making the scene here at DFW Airport. 5-year-old little Honda jet. So it was an hour and 17 minutes from Hammond. Hammond North Shore Regional Airport. Does it even say where it is? I have no idea. Well, we can't show you too much of it because it's behind a wall, but here is the tail of that A300. More to come. Alex Martinez says, will you or have you been to Oshkosh to stream? I have not. Sounds like an exciting event. Local Plane Guy says, Walt, if I'm looking at this right, we're getting two 747-8s at Indianapolis International Airport cargo lux. Oh, that's very nice. In addition to all those FedEx planes, FedEx has a massive facility at Indianapolis Airport. You see the West Tower there in the background. Here's a little closer look at the West Tower. DFW has two operational towers, east and west. And there's one smack dab in the middle as well, but it's not regularly used, although it's fully equipped and can be pressed into service should that become necessary. So lots of redundancy here at the big airport. Uncle Plane Guy says, Walt, me and this UPS A300 are the same age, 22. And Josh Aldrich is alerting me to the fact that Hammond, Louisiana is on the north shore of Lake Pontchartrain down there in Louisiana. Thank you for that, Josh. I know there's a Hammond, Indiana, but it would take longer for that plane to have come from there, if indeed Hammond, Indiana even has a commercial or general aviation airport. Uncle Plane Guy says, Walt, Kevin of AVL, and of course that's the other Kevin we are friendly with from Airline Videos Live, says the FedEx at LA is closing and all the workers from FedEx in LA will come work at FedEx in Indianapolis. Well, that's, I guess, a plus for Indianapolis. I don't know, if you worked at FedEx in LA, would you be looking forward to going? Now, Indianapolis is a very nice place. I like it a lot. I lived there for 10 years. But yeah, I wonder what the take-up on that is going to be. I guess, I do know that when you come from California to somewhere in the flyover states, you're almost shocked at how inexpensive things like housing are, relatively speaking. Here comes the A300 that's going to Chicago Rockford International Airport. So here goes the A300 again. What's that? We don't have as many. We have had on previous Runway DFW After Dark episodes as many as 4 MD-11s in the house. And I think we've had as many as 3 of them in operation, either taking off or landing. But tonight we only have 2. I don't know if either or both are going to go out. We'll just have to find out. Well, what have we here? It's the U.S. Airways special livery for American Airlines. Tell you where that's off to in a moment. American Flight 1217, an Airbus A321 going to Denver.
Have a good night, 1217.
Hello, on board 3607 on visual 108. 20 right, no and on board 3607.
Okay, stand by. I'm going to, Sarah, I just said goodbye to James Webb, and Sarah Deal is here. I'm going to go get her a nice, comfy folding chair, so please stand by.
Good night, Qatar departure, you'll be at 7:55 heavy.
I've got other back. Okay, I think we got things sorted out there. Back to the action at DFW Airport. From, I believe, Midland, Texas, this E-Jet coming in, Flight 3573 American Eagle. Josh Aldrin, yes, you're right, Josh. We need the orchestra. I didn't pop in the orchestral accompaniment to our standby card, our new standby card. We have 2 versions of it, really. We've got this one, kind of a wider shot with someone who has my kind of hairstyle in the foreground. And then we've got this one. Well, let's see, we might as well do this. It's pretty close to straight up 9 o'clock. So let's pop in a little bit of music here. You're watching Runway DFW After Dark, just before 9 o'clock Central Time here on YouTube, live from Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport on this Wednesday, May 15th, 2024. Here with you, we've got Sarah the Real Deal back there, hanging out with us. Yeah, we're just hanging out watching planes. The cargo door on that MD-11 appears to be closed. And the other MD-11, which we will zero in on here, still looks like it's getting loaded up, or at least that's the appearance that we get. John M. says, After Dark in the dark. All right, we got a plane on final from Austin, Texas, a city I'll be driving through tomorrow night. (737-800). And yes, in case you missed it, we do have a special broadcast coming up on Friday evening here. We're going to be going to San Antonio, Texas for the first ever arrival of Condor Airways in San Antonio. It's flying in from Frankfurt. So I thought, well, you know, we don't see that airline here at DFW Airport, so we'll give it a go. So about 6 o'clock is when we've got our broadcast planned on Friday night. Hope you can join us. It'll be our first time at San Antonio International Airport. And it's weird, I was at San Antonio Airport once, many, many years ago, to drop somebody off there, but I've never taken a flight in or out. And there's Sarah Deal over there, gifting a Tri-Jet membership. Thank you, Sarah. That plane that just touched down was coming in from Omaha, Nebraska, 737-800. We've got this flight going out now to Las Vegas. It's an Airbus A321, flight number 1459. Thank you, Sarah. See, I could thank her in person, because there she is. Josh Aldrich says, I was last at San Antonio when I flew out on TWA back to St. Louis in 1997. That kind of date is too far back for me to remember specific things. You know, I was thinking the other day that next year, in January, in fact, your host will be celebrating 50 years in television broadcasting. I know, it's hard to believe. Local plane guy says American flight 2711 on radar is the One World 737-800 headed to Indianapolis. Hope you can capture its departure or its departure. Well, I'm looking for it. I don't see it right at the moment. We do have a heavy jet of note, which is lining up for takeoff. If I can find it. And there it is. It's Turkish Airways. Flight 192 going to Istanbul. It's a 7879 Dreamliner. And as we've discussed on previous broadcasts, Turkish is expanding its presence here at DFW from daily flights to, I think it's going to add, 3 or 4 additional flights per week. It's American Eagle Flight 3917 coming in from Oklahoma City and and Embraer 175. Lonnie Johansson with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Lonnie. Walt, have you seen the pictures of the MD-12 they wanted to make? That doesn't ring a bell. You know, although it's possible that I've seen it before. Comes a flight from LAX, an Airbus A321 with special livery, the stand-up to cancer livery. It's kind of hard to see. Didn't we just have a flight coming in from Los Angeles? We have American Flight 1582 coming in from LAX. It's an Airbus A321. About to enter our viewing space. And taking off there was Flight 3611, off to Abilene, Texas, American Eagle, Embraer 175. We should be getting pretty close to the departure of the flight to Istanbul. Pervac Mystery says, my parents are about to depart in Turkish 192. So, this is the second time we've had, well, I guess the parents are not viewing this right now, but first time we've kind of known, or the second time we've kind of known somebody on a flight taking off tonight. That may be a first. So that Frontier flight with the El Rey the Elk on its tail behind the Turkish Dreamliner. I just pumped up the volume on our camera gain a little bit there. Donnie White says, I feel privileged to be here. Thank you to all who talked to me. Well, we have some of the nicest folks on the interwebs here at Runway DFW. Great mods, great viewers, subscribers. Got to be a subscriber to chat, but that's free, so I hope you'll take advantage of that if you haven't already. Brian Henry wants to know when we start to get the double daily Turkish flights, and I can't remember when that is, if it's this fall or this summer. I should write this stuff down. This now is one of a dozen planes lined up to take off. So we will not be hurting for aviation activity here. I'm guessing the reason that the Bank of America Tower there in downtown Dallas is outlined in blue tonight is due to the Dallas Mavericks. That's their team color. Mavericks in the playoffs. I don't, as I've made it clear here before, I'm not really much of a sports nerd, so about all I know is that the Dallas Stars and the Dallas Mavericks are in the playoffs. And I wish them well. So to our viewer whose parents are aboard that aircraft, get strapped in for a nice long flight to Istanbul. I hope it's a safe and uneventful one. That is a Martinair Cessna 208B. Super duper cargo master. '93. Another 20th century plane. Did my voice just do that? Another 20th century plane. Don't worry about it. Sarah's trying to untangle my wires here. Well, Texas Dirt Fishing says, I think the blue on that tower was for National Police Week. Today's National Peace Officer Memorial Day. So our tip of the cap to all of our law enforcement personnel out there watching along. American Eagle Flight 3678 is just about to touch down. There it is. From Mobile, Alabama. An Embraer 175 E-Jet. Guess you saw that. You probably saw the story that there is some speculation that Embraer, the Brazilian plane manufacturer, is or may be considering getting into the or stepping up from the regional jet business where it's built its reputation and building larger narrow body planes to compete with Boeing and Airbus. And they were getting some encouragement from American Airlines executives in that regard. Now, as most of you probably know, building a new aircraft from a clean sheet of paper is no small task. And it takes generally many years to get a project like that up and running. So we'll see what happens with that. That Airbus A319 is that you see there is off to Lubbock. It's American flight 1221. $19.98. James Webb, who just left us a few moments ago, has left us a $300 super chat. Walt and Sarah, thanks for the hospitality. Back to work now. Wow. James Webb, the sponsor of Runway DFW, with a really nice super chat. Thank you, James. I'm sorry we didn't have more time to chat. He let me know before he got here that he wasn't interested in, going on. Well, he said he could be on camera, but he didn't want to talk. But I hope that he knows, and you know how appreciative I am of all of his great support for this channel. Thank you, James Webb. Arriving on 18 right was American Flight 1723 from Cancun. That was a 737-800. We are about to see another A300. There it is there. This one's probably going to Louisville. What do you think? Yes, off to Louisville it goes. A 21-year-old A300. Lots of thank yous being fired off for James Webb. Etienne Joseph, a channel member, says hello everyone. Hello Etienne. Renee Elizalde says good night all. Good night to all from Midland, Texas. John M., a channel member, says signing off. I'll be back on the chat for Austin. Good night everyone. And I hope you meant San Antonio. But yes, we'll be coming to you from San Antonio, Texas on Friday evening. Here goes that elusive A300. With a propeller-driven aircraft on its way in our direction. Don't see it on the radar. Can't tell you much about that other than it's a little cargo plane. That's another Cessna Super Cargo Master.
$19.93.
Landing there was American Flight 2438 from San Antonio, where I'll be traveling in just a little bit. On Thursday, I'm going to San Antonio, and our show will be, our first of two shows will be on Friday night. And it says 45 minutes the flight was from San Antonio. Here's the flight to Louisville. Now I can't tell if it's on its way over to the east side of the airport for takeoff to Louisville, or if it's just going to take off from the short T or what. I don't know. And it indeed does look like this plane is going over to going across the bridge over to the east side. We've got American Eagle Flight 3816 coming in from Harlingen, Texas. Be another E-Jet. So we'll reset and bring you that arrival in just a moment. Because we've still got a number of planes ready to take off here. Are we in CinemaScope all of a sudden? What has happened here? I'm not sure. Not sure what's going on. Huh. I may have to reset that camera. I don't know. Does any other plane spotting channel do CinemaScope? Oh, I see what's happened here. Okay, hold on. That's so weird. Okay. Yeah, I brushed the touchscreen and put it into cinematic mode. TS says, hi, Walt. Hello, TS. Kelly Clark says, hey, all from Houston. I sure miss living in Las Colinas and watching planes at DFW in left field. I am south of Hobby, so I watch them here. Sarah Deal, right over there behind us, says it's a totally different airport at night. I think more flights than the day. It is amazing. Yeah, we kind of take it for granted here, don't we? But it is a little bit of a different world. Here's flight 1406. It is going to San Antonio, Texas. It's 737-800. Channel member Brad WSD says, hello everyone, been freeloading for a couple of months now, so finally joined. I live 100 miles or so south of DFW and enjoy the night streams. Brad, thank you so much for being a member of the channel. You know, it's if you can be a member, that's great. If you can't, I invite you to be a subscriber, and that is free. And that gets you in on the chat, so that's a big thing for a lot of folks, and it's a fun place to hang out and exchange airplane talk. As we see that plane go out, we've got a flight coming in from Gulfport, Mississippi, flight 3548, American Eagle, another E-Jet. Donnie White says, Walt, any news on when we will see the next A340? Well, I did see that today Lufthansa sent its A340 on its flight from Frankfurt. But it comes early and then it leaves early. We're kind of mid-afternoon, so I wasn't able to bring that to you regrettably today. Always love to see the A340. 4 is greater than 2. Adam Turner, channel member, says that chat is where it's at, Walt. I'm waiting to see if our friend Skittles pops in, because I got something in the mail from her today and I want to open it on the air. So Skittles, if you're there, let me know and chime in and we'll figure that out. And I was very sorry that I had to miss Skittles when she was here for a few days earlier this month. We've got another A300 getting ready to take off. Well, it's not quite ready to take off yet, but it is ready for us to look at. And there it is there. This one's going to Ontario, California. A 21-year-old example of that plane. Looking at some statistics from DFW Airport right now. The average delay, the average takeoff delay is now 28 minutes. Only a 5-minute arrival delay, but a 28-minute departure delay. Lonnie Johansson with a $2 super chat. Walt, the A380 and the MD-12 look alike, LOL. I'll have to look that up, the MD-12. Double-decker? Randy Bucksbaum says that UPS plane will be landing 70 miles from my house. Josh Aldrich says, time for me to head to bed. Have a great night, everyone. Josh, thank you so much for hanging out, for being a channel member, and for being one of our great mods. See you next time here on Runway DFW. Diana Mutt says, hi Walt, nice hearing your voice tonight. Hello Diana, and hello to your wonderful spouse Howard. It's good to have you with us. And for those of you who missed our Indianapolis stream, Howard, my college roommate, teamed up with me for a broadcast, one of our broadcasts from Indianapolis. And that was great fun. And Howard says hello. Well, I say hello back to you and Howard. Thank you again for your great hospitality during my visit to your fine city. So this plane going to Ontario, California is almost certain to be taking off here on the west side. Oh, so nice, Diana says, and we love our DFW merch. Glad you like it. Hey, this is probably as good a time as any because I don't want to forget, but let's dial up our thank you stream here. We're going to thank all of our members as of 1 o'clock this afternoon. I have to prepare this crawling list of names in advance. So if you are one of our many new members tonight, you won't see your name on the list this time. Watch for it on our next upcoming broadcast. So once again, gigantic thank you to James Webb, who's our channel sponsor. He was kind enough to take time out of his business trip to come over and see us tonight. Thank you again, James, for the range of things that you do to make this channel hum. And I'd like to do a special call out for our quad jet members, our highest level of membership. This once again is as of 1 o'clock this afternoon. So there's 757 Chip, A-list flyer Chris, Beaker and Honeydew, Bev A, Cubs Win, Dayton Sorrell, Deborah Klein, Dimitri H, Dwayne C, James Webb, Josh Aldrich, Kai, Kansas Avgeek, Landis McGowie, Lori M, Michelle RS, Pete Nordine, R Bauer 25, Raina Taylor, S35 Bonanza Pilot, Skittles, Steve Lundaby, and Will Hutchison. There you have our Quad Jet channel members. And now you'll see all the rest of all of our channel members scrolling by, and I thank each and every one of you as well for helping us make this channel the success that it's been as we kind of crawl our way towards 20,000 channel subscribers. There's Beth F. Says, long time no see. I got more drawings and we'll send them to you for the next live stream. Thank you, Beth F. You are quite the accomplished artist. We like to show off the skills of our viewers. There's the Qantas Dreamliner, the Spirit of Australia, headed back to Sydney. And you know I was wrong about that. That's the flight to Melbourne. Dreamliner, -9, off to Melbourne, Australia. Flight 22 is that one. And I'm sorry for having misidentified it. Getting ahead of myself. The Sydney flight comes later. We don't see the Melbourne flight is not daily, so sometimes I'm surprised to see it because we're not here the same night every week. Here's Frontier flight 3999 off to San Francisco. It's an Airbus A321neo. On its tail is Stuart, the red-billed streamer tail. And I think we're a little overexposed there to bring that to you. Let me see if I can dial that down just a little bit. It's a little better look at what's on the tail there. Exposure is a tricky thing here at night. We don't want it to be too muddy, but if we dial it up too much, sometimes it gets a little bloomy. Thank you, Stephen Watkins, for a subscription to Runway DFW. Again, subscription is free. And after subscribing, there's a little 5-minute waiting period, and you can hop in on the chat and say hello to everybody. Hope you will, if you choose. So I'm hoping we'll get to see one of these MDs go out before we go out. Well, look who's there. Hello, Skittles. I am here, present, and in the car. Imagine that. Ha-ha. Well, Skittles, yes, I'm glad you're here because I have something that I need to open. I got to go get it in the car because it came today. You sent something to the ranch, and so I've got to go get that out of the car. So let me go do that. I'm going to be off mic for a minute. Let us present you with just a bit of a musical interlude, shall we?
Disco!
I don't even know if we got through one song there, did we? Well, I've got this. I don't know if the lighting is going to be good for this. Here's what came in the mail today, Skittles. I wasn't expecting this. So I opened it up, and Skittles was, she's so nice. She sent a very nice card. I don't want to take it out because I don't want it to blow away, but thank you for that. And she had a little care package with some nutritious nuts, some Kind bars, and with some hot cocoa, because she promised hot cocoa. Now, I was very sorry, Skittles, that I missed your visit here. And it was unavoidable. I couldn't get out here while you were here, unfortunately. But I will see you at Cranky Dork Fest in September. I've already got my room lined up. So thank you so much for this, Skittles. Very nice of you to do that. What a nice person. Heather B says, with a $5 Australian super chat, Qantas Flight 22 nearly on its way home here to Melbourne. And yes, I did misidentify that initially. I thought that was the Sydney flight. But I got it. I figured it out. But thank you for that. And Don says, very nice of you, Skittles. I totally agree. She's just a very thoughtful individual. Glad to have her here. You see her on some of the other channels as well. 2 months. 2 months is what Beth F is celebrating as far as membership goes. I want to give a shout out to my fellow Lufthansa friend Gina M, who got to see Queen Yankee Tango fly over near Woodstock, Virginia on May 11th. Thank you, Beth F, for your support of the channel. So let's see, this, we're looking for a tri-jet, right? There's a tri-jet there. Doesn't look like it's going anywhere right away. Here is our other tri-jet on camera 1, and it's buttoned up. So maybe we'll get to see this one blast off. Adam Turner wants to know, what is Cranky Dorkfest? You know, it's a really interesting, I've only been there, I was there last year, last September. And look, this plane is got its marker lights on now. I think we're going to see this one go. Anyway, Cranky Dorkfest, and it is going to go. It's off. This one is going to Louisville. And let us give it a little musical salute here.
1995.
All right, we've got that out of the way. Cranky Dorkfest. It's a very informal gathering of aviation geeks. Takes place in the little park next to the In-N-Out Burger at LAX Airport. And it's just like a festival of, you know, you watch the planes go right over you, which is great fun. And it's free. And there are other activities going on that weekend involving a New York aviation group, which sponsors a party on Friday night in cooperation with Airline Videos Live. So it was great fun. I was very lucky to get to go last year, thanks to our friend James Webb, and I've already got my plans made for this year, so hope to see many of you at Cranky Dorkfest. And if you just look up Cranky Dorkfest on the interwebs, you will you can get all the deets. Cranky Dorkfest, organized by Cranky Flyer, who has a blog. Dimitri H., one of our Quad Jet channel members, celebrating 3 months of membership. Thank you, Dimitri. Ross says, UPS aircraft always look so clean. They do. I've never seen them being washed, but yeah, they're clean. O'Malley is going to be Dorkfesting this year. O'Malley, I'm so looking forward to seeing you there. So are we missing anything else here? I get so caught up in these tri-jets. Well, we got a flight coming in from Nashville. Flight 2244 American Airlines. This is an Airbus A321. Back now to TriJet Watch. Randy Bucksbaum says, I get a weekly email from Cranky Flyer. Great content. Yeah, you should look up Cranky Flyer and just subscribe to their email. It's free. Lots of great aviation content there. O'Malley says, I can't remember when it is, but I got a room at Ye Olde H Hotel. And yes, that is the center of all the action. That's where the party is on Friday night. It's in mid-September. I don't have the date in front of me. But you know, Friday and Saturday is when most of the action is, and of course, if you're a fan of Airline Videos Live, it's always fun to hang out and stay over till Sunday and spend some time with Kevin and Rudy on the hill there. Phil G says, Cranky Dork Fest, September 14th. That sounds right. Thank you, Phil. And that date is seconded by Randy Bucksbaum, so we have two sources which are bringing us that information. O'Malley notes that I had some streams there last year, but it dang near killed me. Well, I don't know if it killed me, but I did fall ill on that last Sunday, and I kind of struggled over to say thank you to Kevin and Rudy for all their kindnesses. But it was kind of a miserable flight back. I'm hoping things go a little better this year, health-wise, for me. Wow, did Skittle send a super chat? That was American Eagle Flight 3398 and Embraer 170 coming in from Brownsville, Texas. And yes, Skittles did send a $20 super chat. Thank you, Skittles. Although Washington is my state, I must revisit Texas to 1, visit Buc-ee's. I drove by but didn't have time to stop. 2, again, visit my relatives. And 3, stop by Founders Plaza and say hello to you, Walt. Thank you. Thank you, Skittles, so much. What? And another $5 super chat? And not in that particular order. Well, listen, relatives have a little greater weight than plane spotters do, I would say. So I have no problem with that order. Get a little exhaust action here. This unfortunately seems to be on a trajectory for the pathway that will take it over to the east side of the airport. Not our preferred option here at Runway DFW. Thank you again for your great support, Skittles, and for your care package. That was a very pleasant surprise. And Adam Turner says, Skittles, rule 1, you always have time to stop at Buc-ee's. It's hard to, well, it's not hard to describe Buc-ee's. Think of, if you're familiar with 7-Eleven, think of a 7-Eleven and multiply that by about 100. That's not really fair, though, because Buc-ee's has so many more things than any 7-Eleven has. And in addition, if you're on a road trip, that's the place. If you've got to make a pit stop, that's the place to go. It boasts of having the world's cleanest bathrooms, and I wouldn't dispute that. Hey, we're going to spin around real quick here, ready for what they call a snap zoom. Not a snap zoom, but a swish pan is what that's called. This is American Flight 80. It is a 777-300ER. It's going to London Heathrow. So yes, it does appear that the tri-jet is hoofing it over to the east side of DFW. So there it goes, out of sight. We'll try to pick it up as it takes off. Meanwhile, here comes Frontier Flight 3977 off to Las Vegas with Pearl, the Spotted Eagle, on its tail. O'Malley says, I didn't want to see that MD-11 take off anyway. Well, speaking of MD-11s, there is one staring us right in the face there. This one's going to Chicago Rockford International Airport, flight 753. And this one we cannot give a musical salute to because this is one of those rare birds that dates back to the 21st century, from 2001 in fact. So it's just a mere baby. It's a 23-year-old MD-11. Here's a plane that belongs to Baker Aviation. It is a Cessna 750 Citation X. It is going to Van Nuys, California. It's a 17-year-old aircraft. Huh?
What's your channel?
Runway DFW. Usually a couple, 2-3 times a week. Oh, you do?
Any chance I can coordinate with you one time?
Sure.
Yeah.
We get lots of all our flights are. Well, I mean, all our streams are time coded with a clock time. So, if you go in or out while we're on the air, you can go back and look at it. So, did I miss that flight? Oh, I guess I missed the flight to Van Nuys. Sorry. We had an American Airlines pilot there, and there's we've got a tri-jet backing out there. Get hypnotized now. So I don't know if this is the newest MD-11 in the UPS fleet, but it's certainly one of the newer ones, which regrettably we will not be seeing for too very much longer, as UPS and FedEx retire their remaining tri-jets. The other tri-jet we saw is getting ready to take off from the east side, and we'll try to transition over to that shortly. It's just getting ready to take off. So since we can't actually see it taking off, we'll just have to settle for it rising into the sky over the terminal buildings. I'm waiting for it to turn and get ready to go. So you're looking at one of the MD-11s right there. We're going to flip over to camera one now and try to find the other one as it takes off into the night sky to Louisville, the UPS World Port. We should be able to see its tail go through the picture there. Get kind of give us some kind of a judgment as to its trajectory. So the plane taking off should be going from left to right. Yeah, I don't know if we missed it or not. There it is. There's that distinctive tail, so here it goes. The wind is picking up. All right, off to the races there. And here is the younger brother. Which I think is about to blast us with its headlights. Testing its flaps. Local plane guy, if you're still watching, flight 2711 is lining up to take off with the One World livery over on the east side. Don't know if we'll be able to catch that. That's the plane that's going to Indianapolis. Andre says, shine that light, and there it is. We knew what you meant, Andre. Skittle says she needs Mission Impossible music. I have fake Mission Impossible music. I don't know if I've got it handy, though. Well, we've got some additional action happening over at the UPS Worldport, or the mini Worldport, whatever you want to call it. This is it's a flight 793 off to Louisville. That is a 767. That's a 12-year-old plane. And here's the tri-jet getting ready to take off to Rockford in Chicagoland area. There you see what I believe to be an Embraer EMB 120ER Brasilia. Don't have its departure information. Don't have any other information about that aircraft. And just in case you're just joining us, you're watching Runway DFW After Dark, live and in color from Dallas Fort Worth International Airport. We come to you from Founders Plaza, the official plane spotting spot on this Wednesday, May 15th. Let's follow this along here if we can. Okay, tri-jet takeoff action now on Runway DFW. I'd say that was worth the wait. There goes the 767. And this one's going to Louisville, but it looks like we will get it taking off from our favorite side of the airport, the west side. UPS is cleared out now. I think there's only 2 planes left over there. But it'll get busy in the middle of the night. So remember that Iberia plane, that A330 that was kind of wandering about looking for a place to park? Well, it found a place to park. It unloaded its passengers, loaded some new ones on, and there it goes off to the east side for takeoff back to Madrid. It did come in here on the west side. Let me see what we've got coming up here. I'm not seeing the flight to not seeing the Qantas flight to Sydney on the list here. I don't know if I'm just overlooking something or if it was scrubbed today. I thought it was a daily flight, although, you know, who knows, maybe they've altered the schedule. Let me see here. We do have a Nippon Cargo Airways flight scheduled, a 747-400 set to take off to Chicago O'Hare, but it's not due out for another, well, for more than an hour, so I don't think we'll be long for this world, or that long for this world. Well, let me see here. DFW to SYD. Scheduled departure 10:15. It has this one is a Dreamliner featuring the Qantas 100th anniversary livery. So apparently it's here somewhere. Oh, there it is. Okay, hold on. Hold your horses. So we should be seeing it emerge from behind that horseshoe on... I see the tail now. There it is. You can see the 100th anniversary livery. We've seen this one before. We don't get a very good look at it at night, but it does feature the insignias of all the variations of the Qantas logo on its fuselage behind the tail section above the windows. So it's a little hard to pick out at night, but a very special livery for Qantas. And this may be our last plane of the night. Sebastian Moya says, I was servicing that plane today. Cool. Free to bed says, stay Walt, turn around.
Took them long enough.
Sorry.
They're almost for 10 minutes.
Fareed, so nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, sir.
Let's see if we get him on the screen here. There's Fareed abed with Sarah Deal. Look, we've got a whole studio audience today.
But I missed James Webb.
You missed James Webb.
I missed James. Sorry.
That's all right.
I missed James Webb. Oh well.
Yeah, he was here. He had to go.
He had to go.
Yeah, nice guy.
3 hours ago there was only. Now it's going 20. Probably.
Oh, at least. Well, the storm's coming.
Right.
Yeah, storm's coming.
So let's see if we have our microphone here. There we go. Let's talk to you guys while we've got a little time before the Qantas flight takes off. You want to talk?
Oh, absolutely.
So say hello to everybody.
Hello, Runway DFW world. Now you can finally match the face with the posts.
Yeah, there it is. There's Fareed.
Been here since Monday. I tell you what,
Have you been out here?
It took a good 10 to 15 minutes just to taxi this airport.
That's pretty fast, really, for DFW.
And it was a great flight, smooth. Very low ceilings though Monday morning because it was still raining a little bit.
Yeah. So have you been out here every day?
No, I haven't been. This is the first time I've been out here.
Oh.
I've been busy doing other stuff, but I plan
Other stuff?
toward the end of the week. Unfortunately, I'm not going to see you Friday because you're going to be in San Antonio.
Yeah. That's the plan.
That's the plan anyway. Hopefully you'll be out here Sunday before I fly out, and I will definitely be back out here on Sunday.
Well, cool.
I want to plan, and we've already been to Love Field, and I will go back there again.
Did you go up in the
before I
garage,
go.
or where'd you?
The sea garage in undercover. It's just more comfortable for me not being in the direct sunlight, but the views are unbelievable.
So let's hear from Sarah now. Sarah,
Okay.
now
Hello,
we've got to hear your Boston accent.
There is
What?
a Boston accent.
Boston
my
accent.
Boston accent.
Yeah.
Boston. Clam chowder and red lobster.
There you go.
My lobster roll. I actually don't have a Boston accent. That's the funny thing.
Well, that's okay.
But maybe some people think I do.
I'm from New York and I don't have a Brooklyn accent.
No,
so.
you don't have an accent at all.
No.
You have perfect language, but me, I sometimes when I get tired, I have a Boston accent. But but I've been here since Saturday.
Have you now you extended your trip?
I
because
extended my trip so I could be with Runway DFW.
That's so nice.
Because that's the thing. I have to be here with Walt. I have to say hi to Walt.
Well, Sarah's been here once before. We were at the other end of the runway, and that was kind of interesting.
That was in the south side.
Yeah.
We almost got plowed over by a mower, but
that's right.
we were very close to
We
the.
landed on 17 left. I think we because the terminals were on my side of the plane. So I was definitely 17 left.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went by the construction site. It took about a week to get to the gate, but we managed.
So Sarah,
We got there, but we went to Love Field, and I went to here at DFW.
So when do you go back, Sarah?
I go back Friday.
Okay. So you're gonna be out here again before then?
Well, tomorrow's supposed to rain. It's supposed to have quite a storm here tomorrow.
Oh.
I'm glad you got this in on Wednesday.
Yes.
And Friday's supposed to be nice. I might come early and come over here before I go on the plane.
Let me pop in here with a thank you to Rick Laughlin for a $5 super chat. Thank you, Rick.
I'll see. But I like Love Field too. So
yeah, it's fun. I mean, Southwest Airlines, but you see a lot of other things there.
But DFW, this to me is right here. It was worth the trip to come out from Boston.
Well, I'm glad you did. Thank you, Sarah.
I'm very glad I came. So thank you for
thank you
greeting
for
me, and it was nice to meet your
our sponsor.
Sponsor.
Yes.
Yes, Mr. Webb.
Yes.
So thank you very much.
Thank you. Sarah Deal, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so we're about to see the big Qantas Dreamliner head back to its home base in Sydney. Where'd it go? It's going all the way up there. Did we miss it? Didn't take off yet. Now I'm panicky. Oh, there it is. It went way up there. Okay. Well, it needs a lot of runway to take off. It's got a long way to go. Maybe we'll get a little hint of its livery here. Again, this is the 100th anniversary Qantas livery.
Be surprised how see it here or out here at 10:30 at night. Just watch planes land. It's
So I don't know if you can see it there on the fuselage above the windows is a series of logos that Qantas has used over its history. camera off course here.
Tomorrow and the weekend.
Was there some kind of festival?
All right, well, I think that's going to do it. Let me zoom this in over here. So final word before we go. Well, we've got a lot of things to say before we go, but one thing I do want to point out is that on Friday evening, our program is scheduled to start about 6 p.m. Central Time. We'll be in San Antonio for the debut of Condor Airlines coming in from Frankfurt, Germany. So we'll be in the Alamo City, and we will bring you that event. Who knows, maybe we'll see a shower of a salute, or like a water cannon salute, as the striped plane, we hope it's one of their striped planes, lands at San Antonio. So circle your calendars for that. Let's see, what else do we have to say? That's about it. I would like to thank again. Let's see, we want to do that. We want to do this. To say thank you to our sponsor, James Webb, once again, for being here in person to say hello to us. Thank you, James, for everything you do for this channel. To Kevin at Airline Videos Live for letting us use his power supplies in his absence, and they'll be charged up for your next appearance here at DFW, Kevin. And also, as always, the Runway DFW Moderation Federation out in force tonight to make sure that your plane spotting online experience is a pleasant one. Now, we need some music, don't we? So thank you to our channel members, thank you to our subscribers, thank you to our viewers. Thanks to everybody who gave us a thumbs up. And again, we'll be back on Friday night, 6 p.m. Central Time, with a special broadcast from San Antonio International Airport. Until then, it's Walt saying happy contrails to you until we meet again. And stay tuned for Chatstravaganza on Runway DFW. Right after this. Where is it?
Travel arrangements for overseas acts and promotional consideration furnished by Pan American World Airways, the world's most experienced airline. Pan Am makes the going great. This is Dick Tufeld speaking.
You turn my microphone. It's time for Chat Extravaganza, and we got something new for you this time. Your chats are going to be on the screen, so be very careful, be very nice. Don't say anything bad. I think we can filter it out, but yes, your chats will appear on the screen there as you chat them up, I think. So I guess that's a little added bonus as we go through the night and we play the music and we pack things up on Runway DFW. Thanks again for being with us, and cue the music.
When I left my room,
Well, the best laid plans. Looks like the chat part is not really kind of moving along as I thought it would, so I guess I'm going to have to take that out. We'll just use our regular thing, and I'll work on that as an added feature in the future. So, whatever.
Left, line forward, turn 12-0.
Brightest blend of music all in one place.
You're still there? Well, I'm still here. Getting ready to turn the rest of this off now, so I thank you for hanging out with us on the Chat Stravaganza. Thank our special guests, Fareed Abed and Sarah Deal, and also our earlier special guest, James Webb, channel sponsor. So a fun time was had by all. Don't forget, I will remind you one more time that on Friday at 6 o'clock or thereabouts Central Time, we'll be in San Antonio for the arrival of the first ever Condor jet plane. I don't know if it's going to be a green stripe, an orange stripe, a blue stripe. I don't know. We'll see. But that's coming up on Friday night here on Runway DFW at large in San Antonio, Texas. So, I guess that's it. We'll see you soon on Runway DFW. Thanks so much for hanging out with us, and happy contrails to you until we meet again.